those Safe Drinking Water Act standards that you talked about, that's part of some federal legislation that was passed some times ago called the Safe Drinking Water Act, which obviously is a very important piece of legislation as it keeps, those who are consuming tap water from municipal water providers, it keeps them safe. And as you said, it provides a level of protection for those water systems. And then, of course, you also mentioned there that the EPA sets individual standards. But can you just tell us a little bit more about what SNWA lab staff does to make sure that we as a water agency are complying with those laws?
Absolutely. Here in the SNWA laboratory, we have 37 employees that work here. And what in the water quality lab, there's various sections. We have our lab services section that is responsible for the monitoring and scheduling of the work of the requirements of the EPA Safe Drinking Water Act. Our water quality monitoring team goes out and collects those water quality samples throughout the valley and out on Lake Mead. And then, of course, we have our lab scientists and analysts that analyze the samples for the microbial and chemical constituents, as well as our administrative team that includes our robust quality assurance program, as well as the actual reporting to the state and EPA. And just a little bit of information, back in 2021, the SNWA staff collected more than 55,000 water samples from various testing locations and out on the lake, as I mentioned. We conducted more than 318,000 analyses on those samples and tested for more than 160 regulated and unregulated contaminants. We're able to monitor water quality in real time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And again, we collect samples from Lake Mead, various storage reservoirs, and 387 sample stations throughout the community. I keep mentioning Lake Mead, so how else do you go out and collect water samples and conduct profile testing on the lake? Well, we have a sample boat that's dedicated specifically for sampling purposes that the field specialists can also go out and collect the water samples. And I know what you're thinking, Bronson. No, no one can just go out and take a joyride on that sample boat.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I like to wakeboard. I know water levels are a little low, but I like to wake. You don't do any wakeboarding behind that boat then, huh?
Of course not. No.